We're going to continue to review our modifiers, and in this one we're actually going to go and use a sculpt modifier. So I'm going to go to the properties editor, the little wrench icon, down to add modifier. I'm going to go down to multi-resolution. And the reason why I call it the sculpt modifier is because it's often used with the sculpting tool set. And if I click on subdivide here, I can see that my preview is getting more and more complex. I'm going to go up to 5 levels here, and it gives us a nice kind of semicircular blob. Okay. In where I have object mode, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go up to where it says sculpt mode. In sculpt mode, I can actually use these various brushes to do some editing or changes. I'm going to take this one and just kind of pull it out here. If I want to, I could actually create some more complex surfaces by adjusting some of these settings here. Dynamic topology is one that I could use to help with that. I'm not going to do that right now and get into all of those things. I'm just going to focus mainly on how to use this tool. But you can, as I go down where it says symmetry in the tool set, I could turn on symmetry over like the X or Y axis, so you can change it on one side, and there I shouldn't see anything happening. Just a second. I was in the dynamic topology tab. In the mirror tab here, if I start to change, then I'll see it change on the other one. I'm going to undo those edits really quick. I'm going to go back up to my brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and click on clay strips, and I'm just going to run this across here. I have it mirroring, so it's doing that on both sides. If you want to increase the strength, right below where you select the brush, there's a radius and there's a strength, and you could type in a number, or you could just click and drag that up and down, and you can use that for whatever reason you're going to use it. There we go. So I've seen people do sculpts of faces and stuff like that where they do fantastic detail and looks pretty amazing. But usually what they do is they use that for a guide for realigning all the polygons to make a detailed model, but that one that is workable in like an animation or something like that. So on this, if I'm going to go to my modifier settings, I have this preview set to 5, sculpt set to 5, and render set to 5. If I lower that down, I can see different stages of this tool, and I can see roughly how it's being represented in the lower resolutions. If I take this and I start to use the tool in the higher resolutions, I'm going to go ahead and take, let's do this one. And if I start to draw out sections of it, then when I go into the higher resolutions, I'll see the effect of that as well as the way I pulled it out. And so this can be a fun tool to try out, mess around with, to see what it does, and just try some new things out with Blender. Some sculpting techniques and stuff. I'm not going to really get into a lot of details with the sculpting brushes, but there's a tool. I could always click apply. I have to be in object mode to do that, of course. So object, I go to apply. Now if I tab in, I have all the individual faces here. Rather than when I first started, this is what it would have been like. And I'll go ahead and call that good for this video.